it's been kind of up and down, but everybody know that I'm a third down back. I come in on third down, so every opportunity I get to go out there and help the team out, I'm very grateful for it, and it's just been up and down, but I can't say enough about how I go out there and handle business.
Do you feel like the three of you guys kind of complement each other?
Oh yeah, for sure. Man, that's a 1, 2, 3 punch right there. You know what I'm saying? So we go out there and handle business, and we work extremely hard during practice. That all pays off.
Is that a role that you've had to come to grips with, though, as the season's gone on? Kind of that third down back. I mean, is it hard to kind of accept doing that?
Yeah, but I know my role, and I play my role to the best ability I can, and I don't take it for granted. I go out there and work extremely hard and just try to block as much as I can. And when I do get the ball on third downs, I go out there and execute.
How much does it mean to you guys to have Lane battling through his injury and playing?
Man, that's tough right there, man. To be battling through an injury that had him out for a little minute, he decided to come back and play for. And that's just big right there, And that just showed that the toughness on this team. Eric, all these guys on this team that work hard to, just to make sure that we get a win.
Major, you had a couple of rushes through contact. What's the mindset, when the initial defender makes contact to kind of keep on?
Drop my feet. Make sure once I know I got contact, low man's win. I just try to drop my feet as fast as I can. Just to at least give myself 1 or 2 more yards, and I always follow forward.
What was the environment out there like, just with the way the game went and what y'all were feeling on the field?
It was electric, man. I don't know what it was today, but everybody had that. Everybody brought their swagger today, and everybody came with us today. So, man, like I said, bro, I can't thank the O-line enough. They did what they had to do today to make sure we come out with a win and gain as much yards as we can.
What was the reaction like when Dallas hit that guy with that stiff arm?
It was crazy. I was like, dang, but, man, it's just crazy. But Dallas worked on it a lot. So, I mean, what you work on is what you do in the game. So, it all pays off when you work hard.
It's always big to start fast. I love when I can touch the ball early, and when I get it, like I always say, I try to make plays, and I think that stiff arm got some energy on our team, and but I think the whole team was ready to go with or without that.
Is that an instinctual thing, or are you thinking about doing that, or are you just moving so fast you're hitting the guy right there?
Oh no, I face up against the DB. I'm trying to stiff arm him every time. They're too small, they can't reach and stuff. So I landed one that I've been waiting to land for a while.
You guys, the blocking today, how would you rank it? Outstanding?
Yeah, I
good,
thought.
It looked like everybody was getting a piece of somebody.
Yeah, I thought we did really well executing the game plan. Coaches put us in a great spot all game, and we got a lot of dogs up front. Our whole O-line is just incredible. So they did a heck of a job. The running backs were hitting the holes, getting downhill hard. So it was fun to be out there.
You guys didn't have an ounce of rust on you. Why do you think that was?
Looking back at it, going to last week, we practiced full pads, ones against ones on Thursday of last week. It was physical. We were talking smack back to each other, just trying to simulate, get ready. We got big goals for this team, so we're going to make sure whatever we had to do, we did.
And you guys got off to such a fast start. Why do you think you were so dominating tonight?
It's a mentality. Jalen probably said it best, you got to be hungry for this, and, he said he's starving for this. So that's just kind of everybody in the locker room. He set the tone for it, and, we all follow along. Whatever he says goes. He's the leader of this place, so, he had it in him, so we all followed suit.
And the Giants had a hard time challenging tight ends in the middle of the field last week. Is that something you guys zoned in preparation this past week?
I'd say it was pretty similar to the same game plan that we always have. Looking back at what happened last week, it seemed like they were doubling Justin Jefferson quite a bit. We didn't see that as much today, so the middle of the field wasn't as open as it was last week.
What's that for mark of a good team? You just do what you do and kind of do it better?
Yeah, definitely. That's what we say all along from the beginning. We're just going to do what we do best, especially this time. Coach Sirianni said he doesn't have any special message, special plays for us, things like that. If he had that, he would have told us during the year. So playoff picks up the intensity, picks up everything like that. But you just got to be yourself. You can't come out here and expect to start a whole new offense. You just got to do what you've been working all year.
What's the difference of this offense when Lane's in there and Jan was healthy?
I think we can just do everything I think having Jalen back there makes it a tough time on defensive ends. You don't know if you're going to block him. You don't know if you're reading him. So, he puts that threat into their eyes, and he can always pull it at any time, run it. Someone's got to be watching him, and then Lane. You don't got to say much. He's the best right tackle in the game for the last year. So having him out there is obviously a plus for us.
Gotti, when you're in the open field, what excites you about those opportunities where there might be a stiff arm to be had, or a hurdle or whatever it may be?
Yeah. You ever see? I can't even think of the guy's name that does it, but the angry runs. I always want to be on that. It doesn't matter when. Every time I touch the ball, I just think I want to get on that clip. You know what I mean? I want to punish who's ever trying to tackle me. I want to do all that. So when I get in, my mentality is find the end zone. Kyle Brandt. Yep. I love the angry run. So if you got in with him, tell him to put me on it.
What's it feel like? You connected pretty good with him. What's that feel like when you actually execute that?
It feels really good. I've had a few that were really close where they either slipped off and I tripped over them and stuff, but connecting on one, I kind of felt like Derrick Henry.
Jason, on a personal note, what does it mean to you at this stage in your career to be headed to the NFC Championship game?
I don't know that it means anything more. I think, obviously it's better than not heading to the NFC Championship game. I think, I just think it, regardless of my stage in the career, I'm just, it means a lot with these guys and how much the organization's been through, and just 3 years ago how different things are, and how quickly it's turned around. There's one thing you have to credit Howie Roseman and the Eagles front office. We've turned things around very, very quickly here, which is something that I don't think you've seen too much from other organizations. And I think we keep really good people around. I don't know. I think I'm just really, really happy for the guys that have been here, the guys that we brought in, and the growth that we've had over the last 2 years. Really, it's been a quick process, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Hey Jason, with Lane, when you think about what he overcame last year, the heights that he's climbed to, since then, and then what he was able to do tonight, like what comes to mind for you?
I don't know. I think it's he's been a guy that has been a stalwart of this organization for a long time. Obviously, going through what he went through last year, that's it's hard to really fully grasp. But I think it's tough to comment on for me. I just think I'm just so happy for him that he's back. He's playing well. He's happy. Things are going well. He's playing through injury, which and it ain't a minor injury either. He's playing through a significant injury. So, he's meant a lot to this organization. He means a lot to me and our group, and how tough he is, how dominant he is. I really do cherish whatever time I have left with that big guy.
Is there any part of you that's surprised you've been able to get back to the mountaintop so fast after going through that rebuilding phase?
No, because we kind of did it quick when we did it with Doug. I think right. I think when you, I really do think we do it well here. When we have down years and we move on. It's not a full sale. We kind of keep some semblance, and we keep some guys around that are important pieces, both players, coaches, and in the front office. And I think that helps that transition happen a little bit more. And credit to the front office, Jeffrey Lurie, the hires that they've made in these transitions have been huge. So I think from that to all the free agent acquisitions, look at all the guys we signed this year on defense that are making crucial improvements to what we're doing out there on the field. Offensively, we've continued to grow. They had the foresight to bring Jalen in here, who has turned into an unbelievable player. Added A.J. Brown, who is not a bad guy to add to the mix. So, we've got a lot of great players here. We have great coaches. It's not, that difficult of a recipe if you get it right. So, and they've got it right, and they've done that for a couple times now. They've proven to be able to do this over and over again since I've been here.
You're underselling the veteran leadership, though, on this team. Guys like you and Johnson and Graham and Fletch. I mean, right? I mean, that's a key component to this quick turnaround too, wouldn't you say?
Well, I mean, I kind of touched on that a little bit. I think that that's part of, what they believe in upstairs. You have to turn it around, but the culture and the locker room. We've had a great culture with the Philadelphia Eagles ever since I've been here, and we practice hard, we're focused, and that was something I learned from the guys before me, that Fletcher learned from the guys before him, and when you have too much turnover, it's hard to kind of keep that stuff around in the locker room, and they do it with coaches too. I mean, I don't know how many. Jeff Stoutland's been here through 3 different regimes. I don't know how many position coaches get retained across the league through 3 different head coaching changes. Obviously, that speaks to the level of respect they have for him as a coach, but you ain't going to fall asleep with that guy coaching you. So, I think they do a really, really good job through transition of trying to keep some pieces around while also understanding that there's going to be a lot of change, and they've just navigated it really, really well. So yeah.
So BG, how's this run right now differ or similar to the 2017 run you guys are going through?
You know what? I just got asked that question, and really, we ain't done nothing yet, man. We one game away from getting to the Super Bowl, and we got to make sure we take care of that. I just feel like we got to have that focus that we had this week. We had a great week of practice. That's what we was talking about just now. When we're breaking it down, it's just, it's the focus that you got to have. And if anything, I'm taking away from 2017 is that focus of just making sure you stay prepared, and it's about us and about nobody else. And when you take care of yourself and take care of this team, it show up out there on the field, what you did today, and you'll be happy in the end. So I'm just hoping my guys just can double down and do it again this week.
Brandon, there was a lot of talk throughout the week about how efficient of a scrambler Daniel Jones had become and how he could extend plays. You guys got so much pressure on him, ton of sacks in the game as well. It seemed like at the end of the game he was rushing decisions even when you weren't close to him. How were you able to get to him so efficiently today? You know what? Just taking away that first read, because we knew they wanted to take us out the game by giving away quick throws and him extending the plays with his legs, and he a great. When you look at Josh Allen and you see the system that he runs, it's similar to what they run. Same thing, and he one is not there, he gone. And so we just played off that, take away his first, and get him to move around, and they gave ourselves a chance to put pressure on him. And, I think it's a credit to JG and the coaches on that.
What does it mean to you, BG, to be one of the last 4 teams standing here?
I don't take that for granted, man, because every year is different, as you know. Some guys never even get in this position. So I know for me, I'm just taking it all in, man, because you just got to have a focus that's out this world, because, man, so many people, especially being the number 1 seed, everybody want to beat you, everybody, talking stuff about you, but you got to block the noise out. You got to stay focused on what's the task, and that's winning the next game. And that's what we on now. We enjoying this win, but we on to the next game, because, we're getting closer to our dreams right now.
Jason was just talking over there about how quickly this team has been able to turn around from the 2017 team and rebuild in certain areas very quickly. What do you think the biggest key has been for you guys to be able to climb up towards the mountaintop so quickly?
Well, I think you got to start with Howie and everybody upstairs on, putting together this team, doing all their due diligence on just every player and how the personalities will fit and who was good for who. The A.J. Brown trade, during the draft. Then, you get a guy like Jordan Davis come in, is helping, who we're helping a lot. I mean, you just had a bunch of good guys, funny guys, and, ballers that come in. And so I got to give it to Howie and everybody upstairs on just putting together this team. And then, of course, letting us vets that's been there before, lead this team. With that C on my chest, I never take it for granted. So I'm always trying to push and let guys know, don't take any moment for granted, because as you know, when you're having fun, it's already the end of the season. Not even like the end, but you know what I mean. Like, some people went home, we still here. So you got to make sure that you take full advantage of just this moment, because they come and go fast.
Was this a statement game, or are they all statement games?
Every game at this point is statement game, man, because they had everybody in the way of what we're trying to get, and vice versa. So it's all about who take care of business at the end of the day, and I think we just got to stay focused on that. Stay focused on just your job. That's all we ask for. your job, and then we'll be partying in the locker room after every game.
I know Lane's on the other side of the ball, but to have a veteran leader playing through something like what he's playing through, how much does that mean to all of you who are trying to go out there and extend this run partially for him and what he's actively, voluntarily putting his body through?
I got so much respect for Lane. I love Lane. I mean, hard no. If anything, you see how tough he is because that ain't easy. And I seen him out there today, looking like Lane, and I was just like, boy, I know he hurting, but, he put on a smile through it and he do his job and, he did a great job today. I can't wait to watch the film to see what I missed on certain stuff that I didn't see. So, I just think that's Lane being Lane. If anybody going through that, I'm glad it was him. Because I don't think everybody could do that.
You guys were so dominant so early. It felt like the game got out of reach very early for them. How much do you think that set the tone for what you were trying to do and gave you confidence in your ability to go out there and do what you wanted to do today?
I think it's just we had confidence in ourselves and just enjoying just the week because it was a fun week. It was a really fun week. Coach had us going because there was a lot of bulletin board material out there, and so it was fun for us to kind of flip it and make it about us. So I'm just happy that we showed up out there because at the end of the day, all this stuff don't matter if we don't show up out there. And I'm just always going to give the credit to the head coach and people upstairs because, they had us prepared this week and, we definitely showed it out there.
How was this crowd today? I know that a crowd at the Link is always rowdy and crazy and great, but you have people tailgating from like 8 a.m. today for this 8:15 kickoff. How's the Link crowd different in the postseason?
You know what? You can hear the roar is different. It's definitely different. Hopefully we don't get no boos, you know what I'm saying? But it was roaring today. And so, like I said, just keep the energy coming. We feel that. We thrive off that. And I just feel like, we ain't the 12th man, but, it's definitely loud for sure. And you can tell we in playoff football, playoff mode.
Was there a time this week in practice tonight as a team you realized Dylan's okay, he's back, he's channeled?
Oh, I knew that even the week that he came back the last week. I just knew that, he was feeling good. It's just he get an extra week off and then come back again. Got off the rust that coming back from the game, and with a game plan that we actually had to do. I feel like he carried out that game plan real good this week, and just got to run it back and do it again.
Just able to do my part, man. Everybody else did their part, allowed me to get there, and I was able to be a spark, and the defense, we fed off that energy, and we just kept it going all night long.
These playoff games, are they like another? This is Haason, Reddick, because you haven't been playing in the playoffs. Is this are you kind of introducing yourself to some of the fan base that doesn't know? Or
I ain't think of it like that, man. I'm just trying to do what I can do so we can go ahead and make this Super Bowl push at the end of the day. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm just worried about playing dominant football and doing my part.
When you could take a moment and soak it in, though, your first playoff game here at the Link, hometown boy, and you guys dominate an NFC East rival that I'm sure you rooted against growing up. How sweet is that for you on just a human level, if you can have a moment to think about it for you?
It's a blessing at the end of the day. Just being in this position, having this opportunity, this whole season has just been a blessing at the end of the day, and I'm glad I got to come home and have the season that I'm having in front of my home, in front of my whole town, but in the same place that I play college ball at.
There was a lot of talk all week about Daniel Jones coming off of maybe the best game in his career against the Vikings, how he can extend plays and scramble and make plays with his legs. And you guys got so much pressure on him today to the point that he was making quick decisions even when you weren't around him. You helped set that tone really early in the game. How sweet was it to be able to kind of squash that narrative against you, at least, early in this one?
Really good. We knew they was feeling themselves coming off that victory. They was from last week. They was talking a lot of trash, man, saying that they wanted this and all of that type of stuff. Got to be careful what you ask for. At the end of the day, you played the Vikings D-line. You ain't played the Eagles D-line. So be careful, man. We got to be very careful because we ain't one of them.
Playoff football in South Philadelphia. Fans tailgating at 8 a.m. for kickoff at 8:15. How sweet is that experience?
It's pretty sweet. I mean, that's my first time playing in a playoff game at home. I mean, the fans brought it, man. Fans brought it.
Does it feel different?
100%. I mean, it's like, compared to like a regular season game, it's the energy is just constantly there. Like it doesn't ever drop. It's just constantly there, and you can feed off it. We all fed off it, and pretty evident, I think.
I would say it was. There were so many question marks this week about what state is Jalen really going to be in. How will Lane be able to play since everyone knows he's playing through pain? How do you feel like you guys answered those questions today?
I think we just focused on our process. We knew what we're good at, and we focused on that, and try not to put our players, Lane and Jalen, in a bad situation, and try and help them out a bit, and just relied on that. Everybody just focusing, whatever play was called, focusing on that task and technique and executing.
As someone who's lining up alongside Lane, knowing what he's going through, it's not some minor sprain or pull. It's a pretty big injury. How much more do you think that motivates, everyone on the team, but especially you guys along the O-line?
Yeah, we've always said it. Everybody plays for each other in this locker room, and especially our O-line. Like the five of us, whenever we see one of us hurting, we give a little bit more extra because you want to help out your brother as much as you can, and I think we constantly just showed up tonight for each other.
In, let's say, a drive in the fourth quarter where you guys just were able to chew up so much clock time and really kind of put it out of reach for them, how much pride, especially in an O-line, knowing that you guys that's kind of the game plan there, do you guys take pride in being able to do that?
We do. We work on those things for a reason, and we know that we have the running backs and the O-line for that, and even the receivers to make them make blocks. Holy cow. We're pretty lucky on offense to have receivers that can block, and then running backs who can just hit the hole like that. So, yeah.
Does Nick Sirianni have to get Stuffed Cuts Pizza Hut while he watches Niners Cowboys tomorrow now, since it's kind of the good luck meal last week?
He can get whatever he wants now, man. He's probably going to get free pizza tomorrow. So
he's probably going to get a Pizza Hut commercial tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. If he gets Pizza Hut, I'll get Pizza Hut too.